Have you ever had to sit through an online class and you were just sitting there going, why is this our life now? You know, why do I learn better in person sitting in a classroom, instead of over a computer screen? I had this thought process a couple weeks ago. I questioned whether or not online schooling was for me, and I wondered whether or not it was the better option for everyone else. Since the pandemic started, we've really been thrown into this loop of what is normal now, and online schooling became normal. So I decided to look up whether or not online schooling was making more progress with students or less. I did this with three separate sources. The first one being a high school class, a high school junior class. What they did was they had a set group of kids on just strictly in school, in class learning, and one section on strictly virtual learning. What they learned was that it was shocking, but it was not so shocking. It was that, there was no real difference between the two. People learned differently. They did, however, find that on average, more so students were doing better in the personal exams at the end of the semester who did virtual learning. They were doing better in that aspect of it, but there was no real change. So I looked again to another source just to see if I could find any more information on whether or not online learning was something that really helps or doesn't help, or whether again it was just a middle ground. The second source was more of a doctor setting. I did nursing as a whole. More so, I did whether or not clinicals were taken online and they were easier for them. Only about 17% of nurses since starting virtual learning have been able to graduate and pass and become nurses and succeed in the field, showing that in fact online learning for the clinical studies and the clinical portion of that was not what was needed. They did need the in-person, they did need the on hands. So I decided to do one more source just to kind of even it out, figure out where we were, what else I needed to learn. So I decided to look at single mothers. Now, this is a rough topic because most single mothers can't go back to college unless it's online, because being in person while also having to provide solely for your family is almost impossible. About 67% of mothers said that online schooling was the only way that they were able to get their school done during the pandemic. So overall, what I found was there is no one that is better than the other. People learn differently in different ways. If you're a single mother, or if you learn better sitting down and being able to go through it quicker, then that is definitely for you. If you are a high schooler who has more confidence in testing online so that no one else can see your test, no one else can see you struggling in the classroom, then it's definitely for you. But if you're a nursing student, then this online class is not for you. It's not meant for you to be able to function in, so to say. So while the information was helpful, it did inform me and others in multiple ways, it was kind of frustrating finding out that there's no real one or the other. Hopefully this has helped you understand online schooling, whether it's meant to be or it's not, more than what we have going on now. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.